Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. I got a good one for you. I'll try personalise this one a little bit. This one's a little bit interlinked with my own personal experience. I mean, a lot of it is, but I talk a lot of overall understanding as to how we interact as man and woman. But I'm gonna speak a little closer to home on this one. I'm gonna tell you, right? I've made quite a comical note to title this one. It's not what it will be titled, but this is what I want to talk on. When you don't give a hoot about them, they will stick around. Okay? If my ex-partner is watching this, I don't mean you, so don't worry. Alright? But when you don't give a hoot about them, they will stick around. So as of recent, I mean, in the short term, a little less so because I've been doing other things, but in the past year or so, I've been seeing quite a few people, a few ladies, and those in particular who I enjoy their time and I enjoy the way they treat me. Personify and clarify a lot of what we discuss on this channel. When I don't necessarily feel too fussed about someone, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the way you make me feel and this and that, but I don't necessarily see a fulfilling future with you. Which some would disagree on. Some would say, don't waste your energy on those whom you don't see a life with, or those you might not necessarily, only be with people probably who you wouldn't be upset about if you accidentally give them a child, which I completely understand. But I have a couple of vices. I'm only human and I take ownership and represent that. That's okay. But those whom I've dealt with who I don't necessarily feel too strongly about, don't mind seeing them when I feel like seeing them. These are the ones who look after me the best. These are the ones who pursue me the most and stay around, And this is nothing new, but I thought I would reframe it in the realm of it being quite sudden. I'll tell you a funny story. I saw a girl. She just came over, man. She drove a distance to come and see me. We didn't drink. I mean, I had a couple of cans whilst I was waiting about, in all honesty. I was enjoying myself. I put a few fruity tunes on and all of that. Had some slow R&B. I was feeling myself. I was feeling good. She came over and saw me on a school night of all nights, and she just came to my flat and we just lied down together and we got it on. We just text, and that was the first time I had seen her. No mutuals, no nothing. She just must have been feeling some sort of way, wanted to do her thing. And I tell you this, jeez, I think my entire life, and this is what I'm on about, it's a bit more of a personal story. My entire life, she might have had the best I've ever had, man. It was a work of art. And I liked her. I thought she was alright, don't get me wrong. To each their own, her coming over and just doing that on a whim, but yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. It was the sort of thing that I don't know about any man, but it definitely knocked me out. I'll tell you that much. And I tried to see her since, and she's not coming and seeing me. So you win some, you lose some. I had to take them messages after trying so much. I had to take them messages and put them in my general folder. I didn't unfollow her. Nah, we weren't gonna do that. But she's all right. I'm not one to do that if we've spent some sort of like situation together. But man, you best believe I wasn't ranting and raving like a cartoon character. But I let it be known. I said that's the prettiest thing I've ever seen, and hey, it didn't work in my favour, man. It didn't work in my favour. Now, don't get me wrong, there's about 100,000 different factors why else that couldn't be the case, but we had a good night. We definitely had a good night, and we continued talking. I mean, I'm a message away from continuing to text, but how much of a pursuit do I need to do? If I've put it forward that I wanted to see her again and she's decided not to come and see me, and don't get me wrong, I said she travelled a distance, right? So she committed and submitted to me by coming and see me. In a perfect world, I'd go and see her, right? Because why the hell not? There is a fair exchange, it is transactional. But yeah, she dipped and dived coming over here, and man, that's it. Like, if you're not willing to reschedule the appointment at that point, I'm not gonna try and force feed you another date to come on. And it's the beauty of what is, you know? Like, when you're not too fussed on somebody, they will continue to exist. That's the feminine position to be. You don't have to not care for someone. I care for all of these women. I find them all incredibly fantastically beautiful, and I give my heart to them. But man, when you put yourself forward, man, I've done some silly stuff, man. I've done some silly stuff. I thought I was on some game telling some bird I loved her whilst we were in the middle of the act. I got love for you. I didn't mean I'm madly in love. But I must have been seeing her for the best part of 6 weeks. We've been going back and forth in this bedroom and whatnot, and man, I'll tell you what, she ran. And what do you say? What do you say at that point? And you know, I know I'm breaking the rules here and all this and that, but I'm only human, all right. I thought I'd freestyle it a bit. I'd engage in a deeper level and all this and that, and it is what it is. We live and we learn. So I said that. She said, you know, I think we're on different like sort of playing fields. It was a bit different. And what do you say at that point? Oh yeah, I didn't really mean it. Truth be told, some other girl loved that a moment beforehand. When I say a moment, I mean, you know, over a span of time. And I thought just women would love that, you know what I mean? A little bit of romance and all that. She's already submitted to me. She's already devoted to me. We've been back and forth in the bedroom for a minute. Yeah, she took it way serious, and I guess that's the way you have to. I learnt a lesson. I've not seen her again. I won't see her again, more than likely. She's still watching everything I do. Don't get me wrong. She's still present. But I'm not going to be able to send her no messages and all of that. And what do you say in response? Oh yeah, I didn't really mean it. Don't worry about it. Come on. So that's a couple of examples, man. That's a couple of examples. The girls you're not too fussed about, who you end up seeing, and then you don't respond to the text for however long because you can't prioritize that, and then it takes you days to respond, and then they continue pursuing you, and you see them again because you feel like it's right at the time, and this, that, and the third. They're the people who hang about and stay, man, and they're the people who perceive you of higher value because you work in that particular manner, whereas the women who you're just like, I love you. And when you're just like, you know what I mean? Oh man, trust me, that was, for lack of better terms, man, it was the most beautiful pump I've ever seen or dealt with in my life, and it makes me emotional even thinking about it. It makes me emotional. All my days, man. It's the stuff dreams were made of. Oh my days. And yeah, what more needs to be said? I got a lot of action going on outside today, so what more needs to be said, man? Like, I put all my cards out there on the table. There was nothing more for me to give. I was being honest, and you know what? Sometimes you think the ball's in your park the moment you engage in sexual activity, and arguably it is, but just a little more so, not like wholly. And yeah, I'm still living and learning myself, people, but I thought that was some interesting insight. All right, so just to re-clarify what I said. Oh, I just got a text. Oh, my order's delayed. When you don't give a hoot, they'll stick about. That's the bleak reality, and it's a god-awful shame, innit, people? On that note, I'm signing out. Peace.